Hello and welcome back to Chapeauetry. I realise it's been quite a while since I did one of these, but the reasons for that are actually very exciting, so I'll explain those a bit later. For now, seeing as it is October and we're coming up on my favourite holiday, Keats's birthday, and also Halloween, which is conveniently the same day, I thought that I should come back and do another video, read some really spooky poetry, and get us all into the Halloween spirit. So, without any further ado, this is The Listeners by Walter de la Mare. Is there anybody there? Said the traveller, knocking on the moonlit door, and his horse in the silence champed the grasses of the forest's ferny floor. And a bird flew up out of the turret above the traveller's head, and he smote upon the door again a second time. Is there anybody there? He said. But no one descended to the traveller. No head from the leaf-fringed sill leaned over and looked into his grey eyes, where he stood perplexed and still. But only a host of phantom listeners, that dwelt in the lone house then, stood listening in the quiet of the moonlight to that voice from the world of men, stood thronging the faint moonbeams on the dark stair that goes down to the empty hall, hearkening in an air stirred and shaken by the lonely traveller's call. And he felt in his heart their strangeness, their stillness answering his cry, while his horse moved, cropping the dark turf, neath the starred and leafy sky. For he suddenly smote on the door even louder and lifted his head. Tell them I came, and no one answered, that I kept my word, he said. Never the least stir made the listeners, though every word he spake fell echoing through the shadowiness of the still house, from the one man left awake. Aye, they heard his foot upon the stirrup, and the sound of iron on stone, and how the silence surged softly backward when the plunging hoofs were gone. So I know it is a very creepy poem, but for some reason what it really reminds me of is the BBC show Ghosts, which is most definitely a comedy. And speaking of comedy, that is actually the reason why I haven't been doing so many of these videos lately, because I've been working with my brilliant friend Erin Scawthorne on a radio comedy, medieval comedy fantasy podcast with an absolutely amazing cast. And we've been working on this all summer. We wrote it, we started rehearsing it, and now we're actually putting out episodes. So please feel free to check it out. I have put the link in the description below, and I hope that you will enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, happy Halloween, and please come back for the next one.